Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gupta series here on Crusader Kings 2 on the Lord Master channel. Well, for this third episode, as we're getting to the waning years of the life of Rajkumar Raja Ramagupta of the Gupta Raj, which to be particular, that's the Raj of Tirubukti, which he only has one son and should be successor, Raja Ganesha. Which, you know, he's curious, conscious. We know for a fact he's tall, he's indolent, and brooding. So he's going to get a lot of traits for this when he grows up to be 16. And then just catching up is Ronnie Gupta. When she grows up, when she turns 16, that is when Rajkumar Ramagupta will renounce the world and retire as a Sanyasi Hindu monk. Yes, he plans on abdicating, but he still has much more work to do. And we'll get to work on it if we can. The Lords of Bengal have institution medium domain centralization. Always with the centralization, Vakapala. Wish you can enact some of these favors. I mean, I can repay them whenever I wish to. Fabricate a claim on the Raja of Magad. You? No. And also, you are going up against the Shantideva in your war for Nabadvip. Wish you all the best. Kill. No, no, no. I mean, we get that he's not a popular individual, and we don't get along, but please, give him some time. And of course, one day he'll be dealt with. But I can't revoke any titles because the crown of the Kingdom of Har is not limited, and if my liege gives the crown authority to limited, then that's when I have the ability to revoke titles in order to deal with unruly rebels. And Shanti Devaraj is up there. They were in the middle of a war with the Malecha Kingdom. Which, interestingly, the word Malecha is Sanskrit for foreigner, barbarian. Soon we will spend it on the barracks, since we'll get more additional levies. Tyranny. He's gone. Died a natural death. At least you'll tolerate. Well, unfortunately, he has a high intrigue education, so that means you can't get rid of him. It'll be too easy. And attempted murder would be the most unwise. Save it up for a bit, wait until at least get 50 more gold. The gift. And take this small gift, using it to improve the conditions of Mithila as you please. Be thankful for serving a ruler who always have a soft spot for the suffering of the peasants. Return now to your province under my protection, and gather the fruits of my large... I've never seen that word before. Thus I spoke to the peasant leaders that came to me looking for guidance. Well, it's not a peaceful province right now, but... yeah, sure, because... high stewardship. The herbalists and the physicians of Sima have become famous in recent times for the quality of their herbal medicines, made using various plants, herbs, and minerals, and so on, unique to here. That is also good to hear. For 30 years. Excellent. The herbalists in this province are renowned for their traditional remedies and treatments they have developed, made using the province's unique plants, minerals, and so on. Well, I was gonna spend it on a barracks, but I guess that can wait for a moment. Again, I'm trying to spy on Nayana Devi, who is an assassin allegedly. Raja Ganesha Gupta is fair, as a good starting path for him is in my family's blood. Well, at least now we know where you get your good looks from, son. From Leelavati. What if he becomes perceptive as well? If he gets perceptive as well, then he is a winner at life already. And of course, when he's attractive, that means diplomacy up a bit. You got till January. In January, you must switch to theology. I mean, I am I'm the leader of the court faction. But I have no one else to join this said faction. Thako Jayaditya expresses a wish to have a seat on the council. His contribution to Rome is significant and his military strength is not to be ignored. So including him in the council may eliminate a potential future threat. I would not bother you with such petty assignments. He's flattered. Because don't you know that Ramagupta is well known for his masters of persuasion? He's a master diplomat, don't you know? I guess we did kill him, but we only do it because we had to put him in. Yes, he has no intrigue, so he's very vulnerable for assassination, but I don't want him to die. Otherwise, all the control would be... Matter of fact, the realm would be partitioned. But I'm in second in line. If he manages to get it, then it'll take its rightful place. Even though I've already made up my mind. Don't rush it. I still have a child to raise. I mean, I am the rightful heir of Bahar, but it was a long time ago. My dear liege, I was just approached by Rajat Singha, who tried to convince me to join him in his vile heresy. Hope you could convince him, says your faithful concubine, Nayana Devi. Okay, I'll engage with the theological debate. You know I have a great mind for it. My dear liege, your penetrating gaze can part even the thickest theological fog. I am utterly convinced by your learned arguments. Rest assured that I will never stray again. So he's a Hindu now. Of a Vaishya caste. But then again, he's not a landed character, so I'm not going to give him for it. You're better qualified for this sort of thing. Also, stop spying. Go to theology. Increases your health and the learning. Peace be upon you, Guru Ramagupta. We are happy to hear that you have devoted your time to the matters of theology. May the coming years of devoted study bless you with new insights. Shivasti Pantanasant. The Mahabharata shall be my foremost companion. Almost to Acharya now. 21.5 of 1. Thanks to him being content, erudite, and a mostly virtuous person. My wish to become a better Hindu has led me to the four Purusharthas. On this holy path, I discovered the value of being true to myself, as well as others. Once I would lie to hide my sin and shame. I no longer feel I have anything to hide. Praised be Vishnu. And I lost content, which is alright, because content is -1 intrigue, but now I'm honest, so. Plus that's just about as much diplomacy. So, seeing that I'm terribly busy handling the day-to-day affairs of my realm, my wife's taken it upon herself to treat with the dignitaries of foreign realms. She has impressed several major lords in a manner that is satisfactory. Excellent. In fact, here's something for you to do. Ask my spouse for assistance. I am blessed to have a talented spouse. Perhaps my realm could benefit from her expertise. My wife, Leelavati, is truly talented in her own way, without a realm of her own. However, these talents are wasted. Perhaps I could make good use of them. Because of my high diplomacy skill, she must help improve my reputation. Even though I'm already very skilled at this sort of thing, but it's your proper education. Once again, I only wish you well. I don't intend to kill you. And who's that you married? Strong woman. And a concubine as well. My wife, Leelavati, has accepted my order to help improve my diplomatic standing with the others within and without my realm. She appears to be somewhat daunted by this order. However, it is not a small task I have placed upon her after all. I have every confidence that she will succeed with this task. My cook asks me whether I prefer hard-boiled eggs or soft-boiled eggs. Soft. Do anything to get karma. Do what you gotta do. Nobody's discrediting anybody. Not on my watch. No, that money will soon be spent elsewhere. Give me 2 months. Krishna Roy. Oh yes, you're still my physician, right? Yes. And I gave it to him. You're much better skilled than this. I'll see what I could do. Put you back in. There you go. It's been an exceptional year at the tannery of Mithila. My workers are able to produce twice as many goods as usual. All right. I wish every year was like this. Great income. This December. And then after that, stables is next. There's another thing I will spend additionally. Appointed domain overseer, because yes, it's both peaceful here, but I like to see it go back to the days when it was serene. So I may appoint a domain overseer recommended by my council. This element will have the function of improving the stability of my provinces as long as their stability is negative. I could pick this decision only every 5 years as long as no overseer is presently appointed. Once appointed, I have the possibility of removing the present overseer by decision. It is, however, a costly office due to the people involved and the number of officers necessary. Look out for the character stats, their education traits, their general competence or incompetence, diligent, slothful, their eagerness to rise, ambitious, or content is their opinion of me. After much political bickering below my station, the council presented 3 choices from which to pick the next domain overseer to take care of the stability of the provinces. I know that I should not only look at the stats of each candidate, but also their education traits and the relationship. Which one will I pick? The Brahmin mayor, who is my chancellor, which he's pretty good diplomatically. Or Rajat Singha, the marshal who recently converted to Hinduism. No, not as well skilled. Or how about my wife? She's very good diplomatically. We considered a woman this time. You see, it's about time that my, wife actually does something other than just be a consort. Even though I've taken a vow of celibacy long ago. Kill. Oh. I know you have issues, but we don't kill people around here. Yeah, ever since I lost content, that's kind of reduced. So it's both good and bad. As long as they give me another mission. If it's charity, I'll be willing. The amount of money that we make. If it's meditation, of course I will. If it's build a temple, no can do. Ah yes, Raja Ganesha, what can I do for you? Since you're more inclined towards stewardship, or even diplomacy, but as far as my character's he'll get more learning and diplomacy skill through me, is Rajaganesh. But however, I think we need to give him a martial education, even though I'm not the right man for the job, but I am very well learned. It may help him. He's got a lot to go. And if he picks up any sins, whether if it's wrath, envious, slothful, or gluttonous, I will give him spiritual guidance to turn him back to the right path. The right path of the Purushata. The Purushatas. He has much to learn, my young apprentice. I got him imprisoned. Victory to the Maharaj. And he's well ridden, apparently. I live my life as other men do, navigating its rocks and obstacles, doing my best to achieve success in my endeavors. Still, everything we do takes place in the light of the Lord. Um, we must take care lest the influence of the Vinyakas comes to our lives. I should ponder this more deeply. Religious studies now. This character is a seeker of religious knowledge and insights. If I were to repay him a favor, which I've never done before, as this character owes me a favor, I may ask to do something for me. Be given an option to ask for piety, for prestige, or if the character is least count the creation of alliance. If the character is rich enough, I also may ask him some gold. Success is not guaranteed, though. Well, I have ways of persuasions, and also I have honesty, so this may work. In a most daring move, the Acharya is forcibly demanding that I cede privileges, claiming that he's a most loyal subject and he deserves such a reward. Truth is, he thinks he's powerful enough to make a demand instead of a request. Whispers of rebellion upon denial were also heard. I don't care how powerful he is, I shall not be blackmailed. There's a small chance that he may declare war against me. And he did. We have to crush this little rebellion. You dare refuse me? I think not. I am stronger than you, and I believe your liege title has been forfeited. This means war. You have chosen death? Very well, so be it. At least I'm not fighting on the front lines. Guru Ayuraja has contacted me, asking if I have any interest in learning more about roses. Apparently his latest achievement involves a dark red variant, baked for the particular type of yellow wild rose. Fascinating. I shall visit the Matha where this feat is being accomplished. He's from over there, in Kiranapura, under siege though. Reinforcements will be on the way. Be patient. Peace be upon you, Guru. The Advaita Matha is in need of more funds to maintain charitable functions. We hope you are able to spare some of your worldly wealth to help us on this holy mission. Shabasti Pantana Santu. Of course. Donate money to charitable causes to improve my standing in the Advaita Matha. So, the Advaita Matha has received your graciously donated gift. You have our thanks, in addition to those whose lives will be greatly improved by my charity. By your charity. I only did my duty, Acharya. That's 200 devotion, recently donated charity, that's up more monthly karma, and I'm already charitable. Your Grace, I am pleased to invite you to my forthcoming coordination in Laxmanavati. There I will be officially crowned as Maharaja of the Pala Kingdom in the sight of the Buddha, and your presence will be most welcome. With respect. Alas, the war detains me. I refuse because it is ongoing, but do not worry. Mere Spymaster, I'm at least present, somewhat. My wish to become a better Hindu has led me to the four Purusharthas. Following the footsteps of Adi Shankara, I've realized the value of kindness. Every display of compassion brings us closer to a purer, gentler, and holier world. Praise be Vishnu. We're defeating them. Escorted through the gardens of the monastery, I immediately spot the work of Brother Ayuraja. The roses are a delicate mixture of red and yellow, a hue of sunset at the center. They're beautiful. My escort nods, offering me a small spade. They're a little cramped over there, though. Would you mind helping out? Oh, I think I could do that, I think. Green fingers. This character has a way of plants. And we have captured the Thakur. Well done. Put you under house arrest. Oh, wait, what you got there? Oh, just a book. I'm not gonna seize it from you. I'm gonna put you under house arrest until I have the ability to revoke the title. I wish we would have concluded that battle sooner, and I would have taken part of that coordination ceremony of yours. See? And you could banish him. I mean, if we banish him, then you assassinate him. No, he'll be right back here because, you know. Plus he has no money, so there's no reason to banish him out of here. That's punishment. The Pala Coordination. I, Vakapala of the Pala dynasty, and with the blessing of the Arhat, I do hereby rightfully assume the crown of the Pala kingdom. With those words does he become Maharaja of the Pala kingdom, in truth. With each of his vassals lining up to bow before him and swear everlasting fealty, his impressive ceremony, led by and full of pomp and circumstance. One that will write Maharaja Vakapala into history. The streets of Lakshmanavati are lined with Bengali crowds cheering, with everyone straining to get a look at the important personages that pass by on their way to the forthcoming feast. I bet the ceremony was nice. Too bad I couldn't be there for you, even though I'm your Spymaster, so I'm somewhat present. Just wasn't invited to the party, so to speak. Even though I live in an austere lifestyle, as I am kind, humble, charitable, temperate, and also erudite. Also, I'm no longer honest. Fine by me. In fact, kind already kind of replaces honest. It's similar stats. So there he is, officially crowned. All we need is to raise money for the stables. Increase the local tax modifier here. Why on earth would I want to do that? Claims Sravasti. And that is a powerful realm. Plus, not part of Bahar. Raja Ganesha has become charitable. And in addition, he's also become dour, so he's austere by nature and boring by grace. A fitting stance for matters of responsibility. Lowers his diplomacy a bit, but ups on the intrigue and stewardship, which I approve. He already has high enough diplomacy, especially someone that's going to be influenced through me. Anyways, my wife Lidavati has been letting herself go as of late. What was once graceful and delicate woman slowly become an undignified and hefty glutton, only excited about her next great feast. I need to warn her, politely as I can. I'll use all my tech to inform Lidavati that she has a problem and so she should stop beating so much. Samkhya philosophy spreads. There's been an interesting development at the court of Satrap Baha, the Shrewd, due to the eloquence and popularity of a local thinker. Samkhya philosophy has become all the rage among the Afghans and has become a permanent feature of erudite discussions among them. What will they think of next? Oh, here we go. There we go. That's Baha. Allowed to revoke. You can get out of here. Thank you, Vakapala. As I'm clasp my hands together, thanking him. I feel as if somewhere someone just said something unflattering about me. Is that so? That means more taxes and slightly more levies. Even though it's a volatile province, but nothing that my wife can handle. Use her diplomacy very well. Of course, there's room for improvement. But I'm already committing to spend my money for the stable in the future. I was relieved to see that my words did not go unheard. Leelavati thanked me for my concern and promised me that she will start dieting immediately. A wise choice. He's a tall, handsome young man one day. Take revenge. Everybody must have peaceful coexistence. Honored Guru, I hereby grant you the permission to advance to the next rank of Advaita Matha. And now there are 5 Acharyas. I'm the 5th. Now because I'm Acharya, that's even more devotion. Back when you have low fertility, but as a Hindu Acharya, your fertility goes back up. And in addition, your health also increases, thus prolonging my life more so now. Someone tells me of a king in a faraway land who was cruel yet fair in his dealings. Once he hired an engineer to create the largest labyrinth the world has ever known. The guilty of the worst crimes are put in this maze of tunnels and hallways. Almost none escape. But there are always a few of wits and tenacity, and a king grants to these few their freedom. Oh boy, a mixture. To become a Sanyasi? I'm gonna have to take this option. A strange ruler, such unnecessary and outlandish methods. Did not pick up any trait. And may Vishnu forbid I ever become slothful. The only thing I must do now for this society is get the devotion all the way up, and I will teach my children virtues. My spouse has been hard at work, writing numerous tracts extolling the virtues of my rule. She had ordered scribes to make many copies of them. She sent them away to every village and town in my realm, with orders that town criers were to read them loudly every day for an entire month. My population has since grown to be far more docile and supportive of me than before. Excellent. I'm considered a popular ruler around here. All the way until, well, nearly when she grows up. Birthday's of June. She has a rash. Hope you get treated soon. Assassinated? I don't recall him having any rivals. I don't know about you. But we just need him to improve relations. I'm trying to sway him. Because we don't get along. I wasn't even able to attend the coronation ceremony. No, no, no. He already has a daughter. But he may have a son soon. We don't want to kill off the Pala dynasty. Have enough money to buy the stables, but not yet. He has no children of his own. Female commander. She's an adventurer. Ah, they're allowed to take a position. Assisted against Siren Gang. This woman by the name of Datta Devi. This woman was once a cunning adventurer who helped a ruler track down an all-female gang of bandits who used seduction to rob men. She pretended to want to join their gang, but in reality was helping set up an ambush for the ruler's guards. Oh wow. So, this character decides to join the court at the Thakur Magad's behest, as she is agile. And she's pretty elusive. Man, I'm jealous. I wish I had a woman in my service. Too important to send away. Yeah, because she dealt with a female gang of bandits in Magad, which I didn't know they had that kind of reputation. But after all, she is attractive too. That's the reason why she went to join, but helping set up an ambush for the ruler's guard. So she did undercover work. And etc. too. Nice work. Not to mention rather cheerful. Which again, I still do not know if... Because I know for pagans, females who are members of their warrior lodge and or a shield maiden are allowed to become commanders and even a marshal. But for adventurers, even if it's a female adventurer, they're allowed to become commanders. But I've seen other Buddhist women be commanders, and they don't have the adventurer trait or special modifiers like this one. It just pretty much tells you that it's not a Bengali woman thing, it's a Buddhist thing. But is it possible that there are Jain women who the heck is he? Died after disagreeing with the meal. But keep in mind, they do open elective. And Pulindaka the Wise. That's an Indian name. But he's of a Greek origin, a Greek Jain. Was he a tutor at some point? No, an adventurer. He was elected. So yes, he came from Greece. He has no claims to anything. So he came from all the way from the lands of the Byzantine Empire, or Eastern Roman Empire, and he's come all the way down to Rajaratha to settle here. And due to his... Oh, no, I know what he is. He was the former court physician to Devarishi. And thus, due to his great intellect, they decide to elect him to run the Monastery of Rajaratha. I say monastery because look at the building. Alright, compare that to, you know, this is what an average Buddhist temple looks like, an average Hindu temple, and an average Jain temple. There is no castle at this temple and this city, despite the rumors of undead there. And it's a bit of a rebellious place. Should a peasant revolt take place there, then that would spell trouble. And would probably be replaced by a new Nirgrantha. But the Pala has yet to take over this area. It's vulnerable. They'll probably pick on this one first before they get to this free Jain monastery. I originally thought that Gujarat was the only free Jain state, but no, it's this one too. But the population is still Buddhist. What an interesting geo-religious politics around here. My ward, Ronnie, was caught playing around with the court musicians' instruments, making loud noises and disturbing the peace. They are rocking and rolling all over the place, one of my servants complains. What should we do with them? I approach my ward and say, listen, Ronnie, you're a bit timid, and I know you got a rash. You probably want to do something to make yourself feel better, get your mind off of things. But I'll just say, I don't mind it much, just do it elsewhere as to not bother others. Just a little wag of the finger. Rocking and rolling. He's become weary. So this character is cautious and guarded with people in different situations. Nobody's trying to kill you, Rajganesh. But I really, really hope you become shrewd. Because if you are a winner at life already for a person of your young age. And I could care less how good or bad your martial education is. It can be improved upon in your later years. Oh, someone else is a member? Oh, yes, I remember you. But first, yet another morning when I wake up feeling as tired as I went to bed, I need to do something about my listless mind. Perhaps I need to spend some time alone. Seclude myself in prayer and meditation. Oh, I forgot Mahipala was originally the designated regent. Secluded in my cave, meditating on the teachings of Rama, I've gained better control over my thoughts and desires. I resolve to be a better man. Just more karma. I'm getting there, but I may have to get rid of this ambition and go for, to groom an heir, which will be him, since he's done very well for himself. Oh, there he goes. Going after them now. Thought the next target would be Munda because it's weaker, but no. They're gonna take them on. But he has one-eyed, so don't underestimate him. He was a former court physician. My wife, Rani Layavati, of the Gupta Raj, has embraced a dangerous heresy, no doubt influenced by the local preachers. She's become a Buddhist. No, returned back to Hinduism. Returned back to Santana Dharma. Thank you. She was formerly a Shaivite, but since I could rid her back, now she's a Vaishnavist. Reinforcements arrived. He's supposed to be the man of peace, and yet he's leading his troops. These monastery guards are laying their lives down there. It's been some time since the members of the court factions last met. Oh, I forgot. And letters have arrived requesting I assemble everyone in Mithila. I can postpone it for a time, but if I wait too long, my position of leadership may be in jeopardy. Yes, I forgot. Let's send out the invitations. Members of the court faction will be summoned to the General Assembly. It's only him and the other serving in the army. I come to a great monastery, renowned in all my realm for its dedication of learning, The head monk tells me that it may acquire one of their many books for a price. He also hints that a larger donation will lead to more books in the future. I'm afraid I don't have the funds because I'm about to spend it on stables. Just what we need. One by one, in order of prestige and rank, the lords and ladies of the faction assemble in my residence in Mithila. The prevailing mood towards Maharaja Vakapala is mixed, but not hostile, and thus it is clear they expect me as the faction leader to set up the agenda for the coming meeting. Well, let's give them support, because I'm trying to improve relations with them. I decided to rally the support for the Maharaja among the members of my faction. What would I do to strengthen his rule? I will praise him in a speech because everybody knows of my acumen in diplomacy. Speaking to the assembled lords, I praised the virtues of Maharaja Vakapala and reminded my fellow vassals of our duty towards our liege. I could tell they took my words seriously, and the meeting ended with the affirmation of our loyalty to the Maharaj. You can count on us. What? I said we're trying to support him. What are you trying to get at? But then again, he's raising my levies. Maybe that's why. We said opposed. Unless it started off as hostile, and then we improved it to worsened. We're trying to get along. Give him time. Now you'll be serving him as a vassal. And would you like to come join my faction? You probably likely join the tradition. Hey, would you like to come to the faction? I'll attempt to recruit him. Note that this could result in worsening relations as well. And if he is part of the faction, he might decide to inform the faction leader of my attempt at poaching. Hey, listen, you're a man of peace. We're both celibate. And I'm rather popular around here. And maybe we could talk non-aggression pact between us. You know, so we can work together. And plus, you know, it's part of Bahar territory, so one day when the Gupta kingdom returns, we'd like for you to work for us. Because we recognize the giants there. I begin the journey to Rajaratha, hoping to catch near Grantha Pulindaka and his men. It will be a chance to engage the man in friendly discussion and hopefully convince him to join my faction. It's a wonder how this Indo-Greek is here, but as a Jain. Swetambar Jain to be exact, hence the reason he's white-clothed and not of the Dingambar, the ones that go naked. Yeah, why not? I can send an offer to negotiate a non-aggression pact with this character. Chances of a successful negotiation depend on the opinion of the character towards me, whether we both have. Yes, I am a diplomatic education. No, both. That's stat. I am honest, yes. And I'm kind too. Opinion below 25 gives a malus. The chance of negotiation, while the opinion above 59 gives a bonus. The failure of this negotiation applies a penalty in prestige, which I don't really care. Penalty. What do you think of your liege? You like him? You're content. Another Greek giant. I guess they send word to the Greeks from faraway lands of their knowledge and to introduce them over here. I see. I see. Really? Died in battle. Well, it was probably for self-defense, so he prevailed. Talk non-aggression with him as well. In addition to this other meeting. The meeting with Nirgranta Pulandaka at Rajaratha went well enough. Managed to leave on a good note, though he made no promises about joining my faction. Well, at least... well, it's at least a start. Pleasant meeting. If you were to join a tradition, I understand. Nepal has declared war against Munda, the last independent. Today, while I was at the council meeting, an argument about espionage report being discussed arose. One of the council members opposed my reasoning and boldly challenged my point of view. I simply cannot order everyone around because I want. To have credibility, I need to conquer the people's hearts. I need to win the debate. Oh no, he's got this in the bag. But I'll try to debate it defensively. Oh, I'm gonna lose. I've lost that debate. So now I owe this man a favor. Who is my friend? There goes some of my good diplomacy skill. After sitting down with the delegation led by Nirgranta Pulandaka, it was with relief that I found plenty of common ground with the other side. We were both eager to sign a non-aggression pact. Security above everything else. That's just to test my negotiation skills. We should get to work on it. Do we have a better steward? No. He's the best one that this realm has to offer. At least, my court. Oh! I just had to pop the neck. Alright. Ledavati should be designated regent since she's good at this sort of thing. Come across a search written by Maharaj Vagapal, though there's already I have some ideas of how it could be approved from. My courtier Chandra Narayan has embraced a dangerous heresy. You're a Buddhist, eh? Well, come back to Hinduism. Come back to Sanatana Dharma. And he did. Even become a Vaishnavist like me. Conditions for my smuggler operation abroad have changed. This also means change of income the source provides me. There's a large profit to be done for this, so now it's gone back down to large. I don't need to worry about that. Ronnie Gupta, you are gregarious. You've been having a good time, have you? Don't have a friend. Well, figuring out your skills, you should go for an intrigue education. Your learning is already high enough. No need to live a life of a nun when you grow up. No need to become a Sanyasini. Now Raja Ganesha, tall and handsome. This year was not the most productive Tyrants. It will need extra updates for each annual quota. still did not get the money, despite the 80% chance of it. Now all I hope for you is to become shrewd. Cynical will do good to nobody. And remember to hold Diwali this year, because we need additional karma. Well, it's not possible. Due to the parents' high diplomacy skill, my son Rajkumar Ramagupta has a chance of getting improved in that stat. Oh, good news for you. That's because we both have high diplomacy. And I have high learning skills, so this may give him learning skill. But unfortunately, we don't have either of these good skills. Bakapala passed away. Gopala II. What happened? Oh, he got himself killed in combat. Just when he was about to win this war. I told you that we wanted to protect them. But he got himself killed in the last battle as he was about to win this war. Build a militia training ground here. Diwali! Nearly all my money for this. I was just still in shock. A serious setback. While seeing a particular important shipment of stolen goods aboard, my smugglers were ambushed and my Spymaster had to fight for his life. Unfortunately, the whole cargo was lost. There are dangers of bold operations. We lost our Spymaster. He was killed. I wish it was the assassin to be the new Spymaster, but that's not possible. But it'll be you, Krishna. Now we got two Krishna Roys instead of the two Rajat Singhas. Blast. Died in battle. If you call it a battle. Alright, she's my lover. Let us celebrate. Just to add a bit more karma. I have encountered Chatra Amru many times while carrying out my duties for the Advaita Matha. It is always a pleasant occasion. We could talk for hours, if the time allows, because she never bores me. While our discussions are often lengthy, we seem to agree on the matters which are most important. Just a little but strong, attractive Chatra. She's well-spoken and an inspiring poet. She's a concubine to the Raja of Lahore. Yes. Also, you see that there on that art? That's what Ganesha looks like. For those of you who don't know anything about Hinduism. Ramagupta's patron deity. I'm actually going to switch my focus from theology to rulership. I'm sorry I cannot build a temple as I do not have the funds. I will try to improve my stewardship, get it up to 15 so it can help improve his stewardship skill. So he could be very skilled at every field. This is just until 6th of January 788, which in 788, which Ronnie Gupta will be 15 by that time. No. Yes. You become cynical. Good for intrigue, but I hoped you would become shrewd so you have a good mind. And Ronnie Gupta has become humble and she's suffering from food poisoning. She's got a mild treatment. As he is growing older, I could see that Raja Ganesha could use some guidance in some of my experienced areas. It will require hard work and may not always be appreciated, but this is my chance to make a self-sacrifice for the sake of Raja Ganesha. I'm going to make you ambitious for this. And she did. I pushed you too hard. Yes, I know. Yes, I know I pushed you too hard. Because you did not become shrewd, but to make up for it, made you ambitious. But right now, I just want to spend the next few years just to try to be a little bit of an administrator before I will renounce the world and go become a Sanyasi, a monk. You'll get when Raja Ganesha takes over, and with his martial education, he will have a lot of troops under him. And I would tell him of the grand plan. That's the reason why I made you ambitious like this. Mugad. What have you done to Mugad? Incompetent ruler, thieves guild, the peasants are upset, multiple deaths in administration. Several important local officials happen to die around the same time. This will have a negative impact on the region's ability to govern itself effectively, at least in the short term. Let me tell you, Raj Ganesha. You see that across the Ganga? That's the county, that's the Thikana of Magad. And over there is the Dhamma of Patliputra. And it seems the stability is trying to improve. They're trying to improve the stability there. I can see he's trying to do good work, despite his terrible administration. Due to the parents' high learning, yeah, he's picked up some learning skill as well. And picked up a bit of martial. I saw that, because he just turned 15. So yes, the Dhamma of Patliputra. One day you'll rule there and sit on that old throne. Except right now, Patliputra is a wretched hive of scum and villainy. It's a home of a thieves' guild, and at one time, it was once a home of an all-female gang of bandits who used seduction to rob men. Yes, Patliputra is the place where girls swing their bottoms and their thakurs would watch them for hours. That is not my home. They have defiled my birthplace. And That is why, Rajkumar, that you're going to be the heir to the Gupta Raj. And you will form the alliance to restore the Gupta kingdom. I cannot do this task myself because why would I want to return to a place where which their Thakur and their administrators don't even know how to govern this place? He even jinxed himself. He had to take loans. He has a serious lack of harmony. It's that lack of harmony is what made this place. And now there's a peasant unrest. Because he's done something to make him mad. The news from China. Okay. After years of constant warfare and battles involving hundreds of thousands of soldiers, the Mongols finally stand triumphant. This decisive battle was fought near Kaifeng. The Mongol Khagan now sits upon the dragon throne as Emperor Shizu Temmuge, the founder of a new dynasty. However, China is likely to suffer unrest for many years to come. The Mongols are truly fearsome. These aren't Tengri Mongols, these are Taoists. But he likes wealth, but he doesn't like Byzantine cultures. At least they got rid of that old emperor who hated us Indo-Aryans. Wow. Now with the child ruler, it's hopeless. I highly dislike this liege. In fact, I'm no longer the Spymaster here. I just realized that. Anyways, a while back I received some ember jewelry from some travelers as a gift. Today, however, I've noticed there's a giant insect the size of a finger. Mosquito, perhaps? Trapped inside the ember. Every now and then one finds these creatures inside of pieces of amber, but leaving them is surely a sign of bad craftsmanship. Studied insects. I've always wondered how they could end up in the amber. Because of my high learning skill, I would become either curious or gain a small chance of learning. Got the learning up. I have enough devotion to teach both children virtues. That's what I'm saving it up for. Now, do you think we should have enough money to get more barracks since we're practically infantry intensive? No. No. Nobody should have the Raja Magat. That belongs to the Guptas. That's our birthright. What am I ever going to do to you? Repay that favor? I might as well use that right now so I know what it's like. I need to decide what type of service I want Raja Singha to perform. I can ask him to further my piety, prestige, or if he's landed not out, we can ask for an alliance. I would like to have more of this because well on my way from becoming enlightened. Success is not guaranteed for him to decide paid favor piety. Different aspects. Number of my virtues, which I am very virtuous, whereas I have no sins in me. Influencing is the number of his. I'm just here for it. Seek your blessings. There are a few monasteries close by where the lay members of the Advaita Matha frequently convene. As such, it is expected that every so often attend these meetings that I spend a fair amount of time with these monasteries to get in touch with the monastic foundation of the order. Such a period is about to start. I will fulfill my duties as expected. As I said before, what have they done to my childhood home before I left there, as my father told me, to govern this region? So, haven't been to Magad since I was 5. Holy word was spread. Rajat Singhal saw the merits of my request and proceeded to address my spiritual concerns with religious stories that granted their blessings upon my soul. An important holy blessing. Thank you very much. Court faction is now hostile towards the Pala Kingdom. Been in a monastery for a few days. I'm surrounded by others who share my passion for Brahma, and yet I still find I miss having a friend. Chatra Mangalasi and myself seem to be getting along quite well, so perhaps could be blossomed to a true friendship if we did something together. I'm sure he would greatly enjoy, of course, discussing the Mahabharata. Of course. So we discussed this holy text with a friend. Even higher learning skill, which means more karma gain. Getting very close to becoming the Paragon of Enlightenment. The Acharya is truly joining us, suggesting we become close friends. We regularly seek out each other on our free time, and I'm starting to notice effects of my focus on monastic studies. No need for this. Diplomacy is good enough, despite the loss of the debate. Let's focus on my studies. It is why I'm here after all. Another gift. This is to make it a serene province by spending some funds here. Of course. Peace and prosperity prevails around here. Also, that's too many Rajas you got there. I just thought of something. Since he has a martial education, I've done to teach him everything there is. I assigned you a guardian. Chandranarayan. Just for a bit. Okay? What is this? Revolt against the rule? What? That's somebody. Reality or a dream? Is it his dream to be like this? He's a gambler as well. Guess they don't like the fact of a child ruler. Please remember, 2 years. You got 2 years. Then I will retire from the world. I might change my mind real quick because remember, upon reaching adulthood, a chance to lose wicked traits and gain pious ones. This year was not the most productive for the tannery in Mathila, and they will need extra help to reach annual quota. I'll get it personally involved. Got the money. Alright. Let's spend it on the barracks. When is your birthday? 24th. Ready? Switch. Sorry, I gotta go back. Sorry about this, Chandranarayan. Because I don't care how bad his education is, it's just I care about giving him another virtue. Young Raja Ganesha finished his education in the ways of war. It seems he learned all the basic skills required. Very good, actually. It's tier 2, so it's right in the middle. At least you know how to take care of yourself, Raja Ganesha. I'm gonna make you the master of the hunt. And in addition, since you have pretty decent martial skill, I'm gonna make you a commander. Which in turn, Chandranarayan, you're gonna meet a new marshal, because you have a higher chance to improve the commanders. Especially train my Raja Ganesha how to be an effective commander one day. We hope for that. Hey, I told you, you'd be master of the hunt. In an era when hunting was an opportunity to demonstrate horsemanship and martial prowess, the hunt was a serious business. Master of the hunt was a position of importance. That is why I put you there. But your skills all around is pretty good. I'm glad the ambitious trait helped you out. You got everything covered. But I sometimes wish your diplomacy would improve if you weren't so weary. Well, meanwhile, we have an unruly... Wait a minute. You gave the title of the Monastery of Rajaratha to the Jain? Well, this is interesting. Oh yes, Ronnie is gonna have a bit of a more learning. As she already needs that. So we have a Jain as a direct vassal to the Pala Kingdom. I would like to think the regent probably did this. I don't think he would have. Maybe they did that just to screw him over. Actually, no, because he likes him. But the Maharaja doesn't. But I can't guarantee what's going on over in their court. One, two, three, 4, 5. Oh, you improved it for him. Oh, I got an idea. Hang on. This may sound like a stupid idea, and I'll be getting notifications for this. Don't improve any more of these commanders other than Raja Ganesha. This is my son, and you must train him. You must improve him. As I said, stupid idea, but it's to force the marshal to go that way. But he does serve under the Pala army. And he's also their treasury guard, next to his High Marshal. Take advantage of a quiet stroll along the walls of my main keep. My Spymaster broached the subject of my security and rumors that his spies are reporting. It seems that certain unknown individuals are planning my demise as payback of one of the mortal victims of my rule. As things stand, I'm supposed to decide on this matter. Oh dear. I am not rough nor envious nor cruel, but I am kind and charitable and temperate. All in that order, so discreetly increase my protection. So, increase my protection in a reasonable manner. Increase survival case assassination attempt. Who do you think is trying to kill me? There's no plots against me. Oh yeah, since long revoked your title, even though you live in a different area. "67 years old, so it'll be around the age of 68 that I will retire. Should be 15 this year, 16 next. So it'll be around late June, that's when I will retire. You must learn on your own. Only because I don't see much of use for you. Just become cruel. Good for the intrigue, education of yours. Unless I could tell her. No, it's not a vice. That's not a sin. Knowledge is power. After pursuing some old text bought by a savvy merchant, given my extensive culture and inquisitive mind, I can buy some of them in order to study and attempt to increase area knowledge. What will I do? This is just going to be for the rest of this year, so I'll pick the philosophy classics. I'm not going to be spending that much money anymore. And I know I have an appalling martial, which lowers the domain levy size and morale of armies, which, not to worry. That's what Raja Ganesha is for. The man's gonna be a warrior one day. It's about to occupy one more holding soon. The heck? She's become homosexual. Skip it. They say a bewitchingly beautiful creature. A demon most likely attacks people in this region in their sleep, forcing them to copulate with her in the most sinful ways possible. There are scholars who believe this can be explained through natural philosophy as bizarre dreams, but many disagree. Maybe that's what made him act like... Wait a minute, that's not him. Is he? Is he the one that rebelled? Yeah, he is the one that rebelled. Because I'm not good at remembering names of these Bhikkhus. And she's become chaste as well. Alright. If that's how you want to live, so be it. Oh, by the way. You were born on the 24th? She's born 24th. Oh, you two actually share the same birthday. I didn't know. I could have figured it out. Even though you're born on separate years, you're not twins. It's just coincidence that... You know. What an interesting life I have lived. 17 and 15 for Ronnie. So 15 for Ronnie, 17 for Raj Ganesh. Now you're going to prison. No, my money's going to be used elsewhere. I'm saving it up for the retirement. And also, one more Diwali. It's for karmic reasons. But you know what? Let's bring a holy ascetic in here. Invite a holy ascetic belonging to Advaita Matha to join my court. Mugged. What have you done, Thakur? You've caused a peasant uprising, volatile province. Now smugglers have come onto the place. Your incompetence is ruining my place of birth. You've made it a stain. Anyways, get in here. The Sanyasi, Tridya? How do you say that name for you Bengali viewers, or anybody who knows that language? She's finally arrived at my court. She is a most noble and wise woman, and I will happily receive her counsel in the matters of religion and scholarly pursuits. Peace be upon you. Just as old as I am. So she's chosen the life of simplicity and celibacy, thus making her unable to marry or inherit. Well, she's a Brahmin woman. Not to mention zealous to the faith. How'd you... No. Actually, if you're wise counsel... Actually, I have a higher learning skill, so I'll keep educating her, rather than you be the court tutor. But stick around, you might be needed for something. Because it's not possible. He died, didn't he? Poor physique. Yes? What do you need? Marshal. Well, I'm currently learning right now. And plus, I plan on retiring next year. But, you know, it does pay a little bit of salary. Okay, I'll take your job, but it's a temporary appointment. So, where are you going to take me? To train more troops for you. Very well. I'll do what I can, even though I'm a poor choice for a marshal, because I'm trying to study philosophy here. Which philosophy is really my thing. I never picked up a philosophical trait of any kind, any of the Hindu philosophies, but it'll do for a time. Again, he can never be demanded conversion because he's a true believer. But he does have a reasonably high martial skill despite his learning education. That's the reason why he wants to develop personal combat skills, so he can be an effective commander. Despite the fact that he is a man of peace. But at the same time, he's a man of action. Would love to have him as a vassal to the future Gupta kingdom of Bihar. May have to get one more favor out of him, despite his negative karma. Let's use that favor since I'm not going to be around anymore. I don't know if he's going to give it to me because of his negative piety. Appalling much longer, so stop the line. Ignorance conquered. After spending my last year browsing old texts, I'm able to improve my knowledge. I guess it is time to congratulate myself. It was a time well spent. +1 learning. What have they done to my poor city? You know, if I were to declare war right now and claim Bihar, who knows where I would end up. But that's what Raja Ganesh was for. Unfortunately, he saw no merits in my request and won't act on the favor he owes me. Furthermore, he considers the act simply looking into such a disgusting matter I asked as a favor of being repaid. That ingrate. Well, I wasn't able to do anything with that rulership focus, so switch back to theology. That's a requirement for you to become a Sanyasi. Switch to theology. Can't wait to retire this year. This coming summer. On to the 24th of June. I'm gonna make many announcements on that special day. The most auspicious day. So we're only waiting for the marshal to approve Raja Ganesha's skills. The court faction is now opposed. Oh yes, of course, I remember another thing. I forgot Diwali just for more karma, but I don't think it really matters now. But I think he will eventually become Paragon of Enlightenment by that time when he's out there as a Sanyasi. While attending prayer one early morning, noticed my brother Ramchandra Pant. Oh, yes again. I should wake him. Think nothing of it, friend. Actually, here's a favor I need from you. Need to ask for piety. Because, I need some extra. Meditation is going to take many months. I think one last meditation will do. So, one last meditation. Vishnu shall be my companion. Too little eating has turned me to a shell of my former self. I've gained a malnourished trait because of this life of asceticism. Makes you eat less because of your frequent fasting. That's why. It was one of these public occasions when a significant crowd gaped at me in awe as I passed by going through my matters. Suddenly a drunken waster man called my name and moved hobbling his way towards me. Disgusted by instinct, I observed the wretch attempting to send me when suddenly an alarming thought crossed my mind. Right. I believe this is an assassination attempt. Immediately call the guards and increase my protection. This might be an assassination attempt. If it is indeed an assassination attempt, my immediate awareness identifies as an amateurish plot with no great chance to succeed. Factors that influence my final decision are including security measures taken before in a payback event. I'm not a duelist. I am nor weary. My combat isn't great, and I am not trusting. Be aware that this is a normal life situation. The probabilities given a tool to means nothing. The both result leading to a positive outcome. Finally, if I'm not already paranoid, if I get a chance to gain the trait, bear in mind that if the situation is reality assassination attempt, the weak ruler modifier and paranoia will be removed in an event that concludes this pool as my suspicion in fact confirmed. I don't want to do that because that's a foolish thing to do. I mean, I'm 68 and I'm gonna retire in a couple of months after when I'm done with my meditation. And doesn't paranoia cost me being a Sanyasi? No. No, doesn't matter if you're paranoid. And we could care less if you're a weak ruler, even though you're on your way to retirement. I'm going to do something stupid. Smiling warmly, I give a step forward. Yes, combat training isn't great, but I may get assassinated, but he may never know I'll get a lucky roll. The drunken man suddenly leapt at me, but fortunately one of my bodyguards was able to place himself between us just in time. In the end, the man was killed while I stood there in the company of many, but alone in my thoughts. While my men surrounded me, I decided to move on. I got a lucky roll out of that. I guess there's still some bravery in me left. Now I must get on with my meditation. And thank you for the karma. I will attain enlightenment this year. Again, malnourished is not a removable trait as far as automatic's concerned. So have you lost kind? Up your intrigue a bit. It's a duelist. Well, he's a commander, but hey, do something with my Raja Ganesha, okay? I'm giving you this time, but I'll figure it out on my own. So yes, a true follower of the four Paragon does not give up easily. I kept at it, reading the passage again and again, compared it with the other holy texts, and mulled over the wording for hours. And it went slowly, but every now and then I uncovered a new piece of a puzzle, and suddenly I saw it. Such elegance, such depth. I will carry this revelation with me till the day I die. The wisdom of Vishnu is infinite and indisputable. I have attained enlightenment. Now they call me the wise. There's nothing I could do now. Just finish your meditation. We got a lot more work to do. So we'll have to delay this special announcement. I've become kind again. That's so. And you got rid of, whatever, from a faraway news. For centuries, the magnificent Constantinople, queen of the cities, was the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire. Today, this glorious city is full of joy. A new ruler ascends to the throne, and magnificent coronation takes place in the Hagia Sophia. To the name of Jesus Christos Panakrator, Lord of the Cosmos, I, Niketas, accept the imperial crown to the lands of Niketas, the ecumenical patriarch of Constantinople, and solemnly swear before the Senate and people of Rome as your basileus to rule with justice, fairness, and divine guidance, to protect this holy church from all evil, and by the grace of our Savior, never let the light of our true faith in this Byzantine Empire, this Roman Empire, to dim. So help me God. He's an iconoclast. That's the reason why this event happened. He's become a strong basilisk. The ruler of the Byzantine Empire is recognized throughout the realm as strong and powerful. He spread the news to all over the world, even reached to my ears. I did say the 24th of June was going to be an auspicious day. He's a jurist. And he's one of the alumnus. Okay. And she has finished her intrigue education. So I have to not get married now. Exceptional year. I won't build those stables right now. You know, actually, I can become a sannyasi because it says you must not get married, and then none of these must be true, and actually checks all the boxes. So I can actually do it while he's still meditating. Well, your two children, I have I had an announcement to make, but it took me a while to think because I'm still in meditation. I've attained enlightenment already, but I'm still in a meditation. So, Raja Ganesha, allow me to teach you a virtue. Okay, you know what? Finish the meditation. No, never mind. Never mind, children. Just never mind. I have to finish the meditation. Because don't prematurely rejoin the world yet. You still have more work to do. I survived an assassination attempt, you know? Vishnu has shown me the light. This one's for local tax modifier. How much is it? That's why you need to save up some money. Because of what we have planned. A noble visitor from afar has gifted me with a very beautiful toothpick, crafted from the purest gold. It is encrusted with precious stones, expertly carved into lovely artistic shapes. And again, there's not much point in wasting this toothpick for cleaning my teeth. It will do as a decoration in my bathroom. A favor, you say? Well, he's probably not going to like this of what I'm about to do. How about some money? After a long afternoon of some pleasantries and idle talk, even after waiting longer for a late dinner, my request for financial help was well received and the results speak for themselves. Ah, the joys of waiting. Sucker. That's a lot of money, you know. How much money does Raj Ganesha have? Oh, he's getting paid very little. But the meditation continues. And building a keep here would take a long time. But I think that money would be best used elsewhere. I know what I'm going to do with it. Wait for one more meditation-related event, and then I'm going to rejoin the world, even though I'm not finished. Because I just want to teach my children virtues. Because they need to know. I can arrest them right now if I wanted to, but no. One last time, alright? Just wait for one more meditation-related event. Oh, here it is. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I've rejoined the world. Now I have many announcements to make it. I was supposed to say that back in June, but I was in the middle of a meditation. It was tempting. I could have just easily been going out of mind. I couldn't stop thinking about you, but do not worry, children. I've attained enlightenment. I've lived a good life. Even though I was almost a victim of an assassination attempt. Because, you know, not all like me. Especially the Buddhists, the more zealous Buddhists. Which one would think it was probably for revenge against killing this Maharaja, which somehow they knew that I did it. Somehow, but that, my friends, is the reason why. Also, first things first. I will resign from the council, so I don't have to serve under him, because I'll be going. Now, I've noticed how Raja Ganesh sometimes struggles with doing the right thing. I could change that by teaching her one of my many virtues. Raja Ganesh, listen to me carefully as I explain on how to be more virtuous. Seems to come out of discussion a better man. You've become humble. Now, Ronnie Gupta, let me teach you another virtue. As you become patient. Regardless how you want to live your life, you've got a bright future ahead of you. So, this is a divorce, nothing personal. This is a personal decision that I must take. Don't worry, I still love you. She's gone back to Kalinga, back to her old home. That's what I said. You got a bright future ahead of you. If you remarried someone, I understand. And for you, Raja Ganesha, have this book. It'll be very useful to you. Just a few more days. Yes, that's one of the many announcements. We'll talk again in a few days. Now, allow me to send you lots of money. Gotta have at least 10. Because you're gonna need some of that money for your realm management. And whatever you need. Do the math. Yeah, it should be enough. That's all I could spare, although I could give you 15 more, but I kind of need it for, you know, expenses. So, you got enough wealth for you to sustain yourself. So you are dour, charitable, weary, cynical, vicious, and humble. Just like I taught you. Any last? We're going to invite another ascetic while I will increase stability in the province. It's peaceful here, serene here. I guess I could do that. Let's not have the character modifier. It's time to become an ascetic. I'm going to go on a bit of a journey right now. Oh, and just to make it feel like your rule has begun, you'll be the designated regent. There you have it. This is how we're going to end this episode. Charitable. That's the trait I used to have. Living as an ascetic. After a few days wandering the streets as a beggar and meditating in the open, I start to question if I am truly ready to live like this for the rest of this life. Well, I did not waste my life in vain. But I don't have to serve under him anymore, because I'm going to be going somewhere. I will never become Maharaja of Bihar. Actually, look, that's just for a requirement. And I can get used to living a life as a beggar. And 18 gold makes me feel like, I don't know, that's richer than some beggars, so... There you go. Now I feel like a beggar. Now you have enough wealth for you. But Raja Ganesha, as a reminder, one day you will be an effective fighter. You have a bright future ahead of you. And we hope you'll find a good bride. What happened? Well, just do not worry. Don't concern yourself. Because I know that my lover's been imprisoned for whatever reason. But I don't need that. That weighs off my shoulders now. So, Raja Ganesha, all I could say to you before I go, as I will become pure, as I will become a sannyasi. So, since you're of this, may the force be with. No, not incorrect. I should say, may Vishnu be with you. Always. Sorry to have it. Oh, wartime circumstance, that's what happened. So, say farewell to Ramagupta. And also on that same day, the Sanyasi has just arrived at the court. As he was like, well, we just left in passing. So it's like, hey, we look similar. Same here. It's just a lone passing. But look at him. He's very wise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Too many traits. Master Diplomat. But that's for Ramagupta. Well, we're talking about him. He's just as good. Peace be upon you. Father has gone. He's left to Kumarakali, or Kumaramandala. Over there to the east. At the court of Pranan. So I guess that's it then. Father is gone. He's going to become an ascetic. As an Acharya. Who's going to be, you know, wandering around the jungle. As a beggar. I know. Even though that smuggler operation, he's still going to get his source of income. Well then. So, that's it for this episode. So we got a theocratic class, 2 of them in fact, 1 Buddhist, 1 Jain. And now it's going to be up to him. And it's going to be through him that he must improve his skills of various. I mean, they're all good, but it could be further be improved upon. So all that and more in the next episode of Gupta. We shall see the beginning of the reign of Raja Ganesha, as I will keep in tabs with him. One last thing. Oh no, she's still here. She's still in the court. Which is rather precarious, but she's become a bit of a drunk. But she's rather attracted to me, that's fine. I'm okay. So, see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.